It is acceptable by code to have a trough with Romex circuits going into it, and 2 nipples going to a main lug panel where one nipple contains all the neutrals and the other contains all the hots. According to the National Electrical Code, Article 314.28. A. Raceways such as troughs used to enclose conductors must have sufficient space for the conductors and their insulation. Article 310.15. B. 5 states that conductors should not be run in parallel contact with each other unless permitted by Article 310.10. H. Article 310.10. H permits conductors to be run in parallel as allowed by Table 310.16. For Romex cables, the maximum allowable ampacity derating for parallel conductors is 25%. The amount of heat buildup in the trough will depend on the number and size of the conductors, the ambient temperature, and the ventilation provided. If the trough has adequate ventilation, such as by being installed outdoors or in a well-ventilated area, and the conductors are sized appropriately for the load, there should be no significant heat buildup. However, if the trough is enclosed or poorly ventilated, and the conductors are overloaded, there could be excessive heat buildup, which could damage the conductors or insulation. Some recommended practices include using a trough of the appropriate size to accommodate the number and size of conductors, ensuring that there is sufficient space within the trough for conductors to be separated as required by code, avoiding overloading conductors and making sure they are sized properly for the load, and providing adequate ventilation around the trough to dissipate heat. Proper trough sizing is important to prevent overcrowding, which can lead to overheating and difficulty in making connections. The NEC provides guidelines for calculating the required size of enclosures based on the number and size of conductors. Selecting a trough that is too small can result in code violations and potential safety hazards. Sufficient spacing between conductors within the trough is also crucial. This spacing allows for better heat dissipation and reduces the risk of insulation damage. The NEC specifies minimum spacing requirements for conductors in enclosures, which must be adhered to. Overloading conductors can cause them to overheat and potentially damage the insulation or even lead to a fire. It's important to ensure the conductors are properly sized for the load they will be carrying. This involves calculating the expected current draw and selecting conductors with an ampacity rating that meets or exceeds the value. Furthermore, ampacity derating may be necessary when multiple conductors are bundled together in a trough. When conductors are installed in close proximity, their ability to dissipate heat is reduced, which can lower their ampacity rating. The NEC provides derating factors that must be applied in these situations. Adequate ventilation is essential for preventing excessive heat buildup in a trough. This can be achieved by installing the trough in a well-ventilated area or by providing other means of ventilation such as louvers or fans. Proper ventilation helps to dissipate heat and keep the conductors within the rated temperature limits. In addition to these considerations, it's also important to ensure that the trough is properly grounded. Grounding helps to protect against electrical shock and reduce the risk of equipment damage. The NEC specifies grounding requirements for enclosures and raceways, which must be followed. When working with electrical systems, it's always best to consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer to ensure that the installation is safe and code compliant. They can provide guidance on selecting the appropriate equipment, sizing conductors, and ensuring proper grounding and ventilation. Ignoring these safety measures can lead to serious consequences, including electrical shock, fire, and property damage. Therefore, it's essential to prioritize safety and adhere to all applicable codes and regulations. The National Electrical Code is a comprehensive set of standards that covers all aspects of electrical installations. It's updated regularly to reflect the latest technologies and safety practices. Familiarizing yourself with the NEC is essential for anyone working with electrical systems. The NEC provides detailed information on topics such as wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It also includes tables and examples to help you understand the requirements. In addition to the NEC, there may be local codes and regulations that apply to electrical installations. It's important to check with your local building department to ensure that you are complying with all applicable requirements. Working with electricity can be dangerous, so it's essential to take precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock. Always energize circuits before working on them, and use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. They have the training and experience to safely and properly install electrical systems. When selecting electrical equipment, it's important to choose products that are listed by a recognized testing laboratory such as Underwriters Laboratories or Intertic. Listed products have been tested to ensure that they meet safety standards. Using unlisted products can increase the risk of electrical shock or fire. Proper installation of electrical systems is essential for ensuring safety and reliability. By following the guidelines outlined in the NEC and adhering to best practices, you can help to prevent electrical hazards and ensure that your electrical systems operate safely and efficiently. Remember to always prioritize safety and consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer if you have any questions or concerns. The safe and reliable operation of electrical systems is essential for modern life. By taking the necessary precautions and following the applicable codes and regulations, you can help to ensure that your electrical systems are safe and efficient. Understanding the NEC requirements for troughs and raceways is crucial for ensuring safe and compliant electrical installations. Proper sizing, spacing, ventilation, and grounding are all essential factors to consider. By following these guidelines, you can help to prevent electrical hazards and ensure the reliable operation of your electrical systems. It's also important to stay up to date on the latest changes to the NEC, as the code is updated regularly to reflect new technologies and safety practices. By staying informed and following the code, you can help to ensure that your electrical installations are safe and compliant. Proper electrical installations not only protect people and property from electrical hazards but also ensure the efficient and reliable operation of electrical equipment. By following the guidelines outlined in the NEC and adhering to best practices, you can help to create a safe and efficient electrical environment. Always remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it's essential to take precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. Electricity powers our modern world, and it's important to ensure that electrical systems are installed and maintained properly to prevent hazards and ensure reliability. By following the guidelines outlined in the NEC and adhering to best practices, you can help to create a safe and efficient electrical environment for yourself and others. Furthermore, regular maintenance and inspection of electrical systems are crucial for identifying and addressing potential problems before they become serious hazards. This includes checking for loose connections, damaged wiring, and other signs of wear and tear. By performing regular maintenance and inspections, you can help to extend the life of your electrical systems and prevent costly repairs. Remember that electrical safety is everyone's responsibility, and it's important to be aware of the potential hazards and take precautions to protect yourself and others. By following the guidelines outlined in the NEC and adhering to best practices, you can help to create a safe and efficient electrical environment for all. Finally, consider the environmental impact of electrical installations. Choose energy-efficient equipment and practices to minimize energy consumption and reduce your carbon footprint. This includes using LED lighting, installing smart thermostats, and optimizing the use of electrical equipment. By adopting sustainable electrical practices, you can help to protect the environment and save money on your energy bills.